to members of the Iranian Diaspora, distinguished guests, Madam Rajavi, and participants of the 2021 Free Iran virtual meeting. My name is Ted Poe. In addition to serving the American people as a judge, I also represented the 2nd Congressional District of Texas for many years in Congress. I have argued before that across the Middle East today, armed thugs backed by Iran are entrenching themselves in local communities, undermining democratic aspirations and stockpiling weapons. Yet inside Iran, the mullahs are reeling and sinking. Their corrupt rule is weak, and it is crumbling from ongoing protests and people's resistance to tyranny. We can see this weakness in their need to select Ephraim Raisi, a mass murderer, as their president. They need a serial killer like him to try to escalate their war against the people of Iran, to kill more innocent protesters in a last-ditch effort to hold on to their illegitimate power. We have to keep the pressure on until this weakening regime falls completely. While I was in the United States Congress and afterwards, I joined you in multiple fronts to help the Iranian people and their organized resistance transform the way the world had viewed the true nature of the mullah's regime. From protecting the people of Camp Ashraf in Iraq to removing the unjust terrorist designation on the MEK, we confronted injustice, we confronted evil, and today Ashraf 3 in Albania stands as a true beacon of hope and leadership of a free, democratic, secular, and non-nuclear Republic of Iran. Also today, the terror designation is lifted, and the MEK is thriving both inside and outside Iran. The MEK resistance units have been growing steadily inside Iran, both in number and in strength. This growth is directly proportional to the weakening of the regime. On the other hand, the mullahs are showing their true colors with killers like Raisi. But the era of impunity is over. With the growing international call for accountability, these killers will find it harder and harder to maneuver or hide in the dark. In late 2017 and early 2018, anti-regime protests that erupted in Iran helped charge the calculus inside and outside of Iran. In early 2018, the United States withdrew from a flawed nuclear deal and has since been putting a significant pressure on the regime. In response, the Ayatollahs resorted to increasing repression and terrorism using their Ministry of Intelligence and Information and the notorious terrorist group, the IRGC. The Congress of the United States has been engaged with the diaspora community to make sure this impunity stops. In the 115th Congress, the House passed H.R. 4744, calling on the United States to condemn Iranian human rights abuses against the dissidents, including in the 1988 and suppression of political demonstrations in 1999, 2009, and 2017. Congress also condemned the 2018 terror plot against a free Iran, the Alternative Conference in Paris, France, a gathering in which many of you and thousands of others were there along with prominent bipartisan former United States government officials, retired U.S. generals and congressional staff that had participated in House Resolution 118. In House Resolution 118, the United States representatives from both sides of the aisle are calling on the U.S. government to work with our European allies, including those in the Balkans, where Iran has expanded its presence to hold the regime accountable for breaching diplomatic privilege and to help nations prevent their malign activities from taking place. So I want to reiterate my commitment to a free and democratic Iran. With Madam Rajavi's leadership and with the strength of resistance units inside Iran legitimate protests against this oppressive and corrupt regime will continue to gain momentum and grow. That is why I have full faith that we are witnessing the fall of this bankrupt regime. And to the mullahs, I say this: we are not going away. And that's just the way it is. God bless you all.